A rapid transformation of the battlefield in eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian forces rolled through lines of Russian defenses and recaptured more than 3,000 square kilometers of territory. You're seeing right now some troops, I think, some Ukrainian troops in some of the areas that they've retaken. Joining me now is retired U.S. Army Major Mike Lyons. Major, let's review what area the Ukrainians have taken back. We're talking about this area right here around Kharkiv. Everywhere you see in yellow there is territory the Ukrainians have taken back very recently. I want to push in here so we can get a better look. Again, this area in yellow, part of this new Ukrainian counteroffensive. How have the Ukrainians been able to do this, and what's the significance?
Yeah, over 1,000 square miles. It's an area that was lost since February, but now has been gained back. The key here is Izium. That was the main center of command and control. But they did a classic military pincer movement. They brought troops in from this direction. They brought troops in from this direction. They were able to chase the Russian military across the Oskil River here on the other side, on the eastern side of the Oskil River. A lot of it has to do with the artillery, because now our artillery can fire 50 kilometers over. They're now be able to chase that Russian military well past that Oskil River, giving them that advantage on their side of the river.
If we pull back out again and take a look at this area they've regained, how much further do you think they can push this, and what will that depend upon?
Ukraine has the initiative right now. It's so important. And you look at the Russian military, they're in almost full retreat. We've seen destroyed convoys, uneaten food. That to me is a bad sign when a military does that. So they're in full retreat. The question is, the Ukraine military can outrun their supply lines as well, and they're thinning out their troops here as the same token. So if Russia now goes and reinforces down to the south, then all that the Ukraine can do is really kind of hold that area. And I think that would be a win, and that would be good enough for now.
I do want to ask, because a lot of the focus, Ukraine had been saying they were staging this big autumn counteroffensive. We had thought, because of the way they had discussed and the way they were positioning some of their troops, it would happen down here in the south near Kherson. Does that appear to have been a feint to draw the Russians' attention so that they could attack up here instead?
I think it had a lot to do with it. I think that the Ukraine military was able to convince Russia that that's where the main battle was going to be. But Ukraine wanted a victory, and they knew they could get one in the north here, and they knew they could kick out the Russians in an area that they had before. So I think, classic economy of force mission. They hold the shoulder up here down on the south to make sure they don't lose that area while they have that counteroffensive going to the north. It is incredible that they're able to do this. A lot of it is because of that Western equipment.
And again, what I think is so surprising to people is the amount of territory they've been able to take so quickly. Talking 30, 40 miles a day, which is something the Russians were only able to do at the very beginning of this conflict. So this is still a battle,
right,
or a series of battles. As we're talking about the war, long term, what will that hinge on?
Yeah, so Ukraine is winning, but they haven't won, and Russia is losing, but they have not lost. And a lot of it has to do with the way battles go. This is the allure of battle that says we want things to go quickly, and once we win this, then the war will now be over very quickly. I just don't think that's the case. This is now a people's war, where you're seeing war of attrition really taking place on both sides. This is now going to come down to industrial strength. Which side has got more industrial power? If Ukraine loses the support of its Western allies, then I'm afraid Russia still has more industrial power. They still can eventually win the war. But right now, the battles are going to Ukraine.
It's political. It's who can get their allies or who can muster the forces the most. Again, I just want to push in here one last time. Can the Ukrainians push this forward and maybe retake more of that territory still under Russian control?
Well, there's going to be obstacles here. There's river obstacles that if Russia is smart, they're on the defensive. Ukraine will have to have more men and material. And we know that Ukraine has suffered some casualties here. We're not really talking about that. So the question is, how will they be able to negotiate those obstacles? And in the artillery and on the weapon systems that we have, we'll put the Russian military much more on their heels, much further back. I think it would be a win for them if they could hold that line, keep them out of that oblast.
Right at the river where they are right now. Retired Major Mike Lyons, always great to see you. Thank you very much.